Being a highly sensitive person, an HSP, is something that's likely to be the case for you who is on this conscious spiritual journey. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that though we understand that being highly sensitive usually means that you have a strong awareness as to what is around you, what's going on, the people around you. You have a high sensitivity to energy, vibrations, even sounds. And you recognize that though this process, though in the beginning was very overwhelming and it even felt like a burden, even a curse, now with the understandings of previous teachings that I've shared with you, that this thing is not it is not a curse or a burden or something to identify with as being weird or odd. Now, though, yes, it is different. So you can look at it in that sense as weird and odd, but you now understand the significance of it being a gift special to you. And now, as you understand how to fine tune and master and recognize how this gift shows up for you, you can begin to thrive in life using this gift. You begin to understand now that you have identified this as a divine tool that has been given to you. You can now move empowered in life, right? Learning how to fine tune this gift is pivotal and is important, and it is the journey, right? You have to do that. It's not going to happen overnight, but that's okay because part of the journey is recognizing the progression of mastery. You see, because when things happen overnight, we easily can take it for granted, right? We can easily brush it off and just think that, oh, it was a whim. It was some random thing. It was just something that, you may have missed, right? But as you progress throughout your life and understanding this gift and mastering it, you recognize that, you know, it is a gift. You recognize that it is something that you put work into understanding. And so it takes you to a place of truly owning it from a sense of pride that now that you have this gift, now that you've learned to master this gift, you can really cherish it, right? You can really take it to a place of recognizing how beautiful it is, recognizing that now you feel like the hero who finally understands this talent, this gift, this amazing ability that you have. And so now that you're getting to a point of recognizing that it is a gift, let's get to the point of understanding how to make sure that we cultivate and take care of this gift. We nurture this gift so that way it can nurture us as well. You see, because as long as you take gifts, talents, people, situations, right, things that are naturally made for you to bring joy to your life and beauty to your life, if you don't see it that way, or if you start to see it that way, but you still take it for granted, guess what? It's going to result in essentially you not being able to reciprocate, right? Or receive reciprocation from that thing in a way that allows you to just feel and have a beautiful experience, not only in the moment, but in life in general. So in other words, if you're not taking care of this gift, then the gift cannot take care of you. So if you are neglecting the gift, then the gift is neglecting you. And this gift is given to you personally. So therefore, it is a part of you. It is, a big part of your essence and what makes you you. So if you neglect to acknowledge it, cherish it, nurture it, master it, then it's going to result in you not being fulfilled in life. It's going to result in you not ultimately experiencing all that you can in life. And that's, I'm sure, what you want to do. You want to experience life to its fullest. And in order to do so, you have to be willing to investigate, to inquire, to wonder, right? To put in the work, to explore and expose all aspects of yourself. And when you do that, then you begin to give, right? You begin to give the universe all of yourself, and thus the universe will, in fact, give all to you, right? But it starts with you. You have to lead in this experience. So as you recognize being a highly sensitive person and this skill and this gift that you have to cultivate that. And so the first thing you want to do with cultivating and mastering this gift is recognizing that you have to take ownership of creating the life that you want based on or around this gift that you have. You see, your gift, the best way to cultivate it, nourish it, master it, is to recognize, yes, this gift is a part of who you are, right? It's a part of your divine, intellect, your divine DNA, your divine blueprint. And so if you are not taking care of it, if you're not making sure that it is in the right environments at the right time and getting the right nutrients or the right, elements to cultivate it and nourish it, then it's going to be depleted, right? It's going to not have everything it needs to flourish. And if that doesn't flourish because you are one with that, guess what? You're not going to flourish. So you have to understand that the better you take care of this gift, the better the gift can take care of you. Okay. So though we are talking about it as if you and the gift are two separate entities, I want you to really understand that really you and the gift are one. But because you are still learning to identify and understand this oneness with the gift, it's important to recognize, okay, there is a little bit of a separation there. But as you grow and become one with that, or become an understanding of the oneness, or as you master that gift, then you start to really see that that gift is you. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is start to design your life around what it is that you want. Okay. Understanding that that gift is essentially part of you materializing and creating that which you want. That's why you have that gift. Recognize that the gift of being a highly sensitive person, recognize that your desire to create whatever you want are connected. Okay. They are not separate in the sense that one has nothing to do with the other. They are vastly in sync and part of one another. And so the more you connect with this gift, the more you are to materialize, manifest your desire. Okay. Because without mastering the gift, look at the gift as the key to the door of your desire. If you are not fine tuning that key, if you're not polishing that key, if you're not taking care of that key, if you're not taking ownership and keeping that key close to you, then you're going to lose the key, right? The key, just like any gift, if you don't use it, you lose it. And so you have to be mindful about that. Okay. Use that key, master that key. So that way you can tap into the desire that you want for yourself. Now, as you think about cultivating and creating the life that you want, this isn't really about manifestation, so to speak. Okay. This is more about a practical approach to really making sure that you're in an environment, a space around certain people that will allow you to actually use that gift, to recognize that gift. Okay. Say, for example, when you are around a large group of people and you may feel a sense of social anxiety, you may feel a sense of overwhelm because of the energy, the vibration, the things going on, the sounds, all of that stuff. Well, you have to make sure that as you really investigate and really recognize that these things happen to you, where you feel maybe anxiety, you have maybe panic attacks, that you can say to yourself, okay, yes, I want to participate and be a part of this event. But you identify that there is a limitation, that there is a threshold that you cannot go over. And so when it comes to, say, being around a large group of people, you have to recognize that, okay, well, if I'm going to go to this event, these are things that I need to do, right? I need to make sure I go outside, take a walk around the block, every 30 minutes, every hour, right? Maybe you need to go in your car, you need to maybe, light some sage, right? And just cleanse the energy. Whatever it is, you have to figure out what that thing is. And you have to experiment and play around with different things that come to your mind, different ideas about how to essentially create a life, right? That is focused on primarily what it is that is important to you when it comes to your boundaries. And the boundaries is really essential for protection, right? Protecting your energy, protecting your peace. You know, a lot of times, yeah, when we talk about boundaries, boundaries usually comes with a negative connotation, but really we're talking about making sure that we don't allow a space for letting our energy be interrupted, right? Be corrupted, okay? Be influenced by sources, people, or things that isn't in alignment with what it is that you want, that you desire. So there needs to be a clarity about what that boundary is, right? Where is that fence, right? Where is that bubble that you have just basically created from you, emanating from you, okay, that then even influences other people. Remember, when it comes to influential, energy, you want to be influencing others. You do not want to be easily influenced because chances are most people around you are going to radiate negative vibrations, negative energy. But if you are conscious about who you are and you are recognizing the divinity within you, then you will radiate out positivity, joy, beauty, all of those things that people actually want to experience and need to experience. So your job is to be mindful about that bubble, that barrier. And so you have to recognize when you go into certain situations, you interact with certain people, you do certain things, that it is focused on the boundary, the bubble that you desire to exist in. So for me, for example, everything that I do focuses on two things: my peace, my well-being, my peace, and also lifestyle, my lifestyle. What is what is the lifestyle that I want? Okay. And the lifestyle that I want is essentially doing what I want to do when I want to do it, having freedom and flexibility to work out when I want to work out, to write when I want to write, to spend time with my family, right? My loved ones, my partner when I want to, and essentially not feeling like I have to seriously consider outside things that I don't truly value, that I'm not passionate about, that I don't care about, simply because society tells me I have to, AKA a job, right? So if I have to have a job, I make sure that I choose a job that would allow me the closest thing to the lifestyle that I want. If I want to create a business, I make sure that the business allows me to have the lifestyle that I want. If I want to be in a relationship or create another relationship or have another friendship, I make sure that all of those things allows me to have the lifestyle that I want, you see, and the peace that I want. And if any of those things, anything interferes with either me creating that lifestyle or me having my peace, then it doesn't happen, right? I don't get to experience that. I don't get to do that. Those things don't come into my bubble. So you have to be clear as to what your desire is, your main desire, right? Is your desire to be adventurous and travel? Is your desire to have a nice, peaceful home, right? Have a fun home? Is your desire to be alone and not be bothered? Is your desire to be in a romantic relationship, right? Is your desire to be on a conscious spiritual journey where you are constantly working on evolving and tapping into your true self, right? Is lifestyle important to you? Is diet important to you? What is that, those few things that you feel like life should be about for you? Then you make sure that you use this ability that you have as a highly sensitive person to cultivate a space, right, where you use that skill, right, but also you create a space where you can use that skill in order for you to experience the thing that you desire, right? Because it's not only just the skill itself that is there to help you create that space, to create that environment, but you have your mind to strategize how to do so. You see, this is how and why it's important to also understand when there are opportunities, that those opportunities don't align with what it is that you desire and who you know yourself to be. Because there are always opportunities. There are infinite opportunities. Everywhere you look, see, touch, every person, there are opportunities because your perspective is one of abundance, right? There is nothing, there is no lack, right? You are an infinite being. You are a divine expression, an individualized expression of that which we call God, infinite universe, the source. So there is nothing that you lack. There is no lack. Okay. That is just a projected reality of your ego, which was, right, was unmanaged. But now you're at a space where you recognize the place of the ego where it's supposed to be. And now you are leading by consciousness and leading from a place of abundance and recognizing that you are the creator of your universe. So now you have to understand, okay, this gift that I have is meant to support me into creating my purpose and being who I am meant to be, who I am truly am, right? Who I truly am. So now, okay, I need to protect, I need to nourish, I need to cultivate, I need to master this skill. How do I do that? That is the question. And now you use your mind to strategize different ways to do that. And that's when you come up with boundaries. That's when you come up with, guides, right? Rules, whatever word resonates with you the most to help you in creating a space where you can be yourself and identifying when that is threatened. Identify where you can support that and nourish that the most. So you don't have to think in terms of defense and say, I need to protect this, but you most certainly need to think in terms of nourish. How do I grow this? How do I build this? And if something that you are doing does not create a space for you to grow this skill, to master this skill, to create the thing that you desire, to be the person that you're meant to be, then you need to move on to something else. You see, that's all there is. You need to decide and find things that only fit with the cultivation and the mastery of being a highly sensitive person. You need to find things that fit with who you know yourself to be. Oftentimes is what you desire to be, the person you desire to be, that is who you truly are. And once you identify that and you recognize, okay, you get to decide what things support that. Okay, what resonates with you is often what supports it. You surround yourself with those things, those people, those environments, those situations, then it will cultivate and allow you to be your true self. And so you have to know that when you start using this skill, this gift of being a highly sensitive person, it would allow you to, be more empathetic. It would allow you to really be contributive to the society, to the collective consciousness in practical ways, right? And what I mean by practical ways, I mean like even in terms of thinking about business, right? Not just emotional support, not just, being somebody who radiates positive energy, but even in terms of business and creating prosperity and money for yourself. Being a highly sensitive person is crazy advantageous because now you can use that empathy, you can use that intuition to create products, solutions, answers, to teach people, right, what it is that they need to do, right? Give them solutions, answers, guide them from a place, from purity, from your heart, from your intuition, from your spirit. And when they pick up on that, which they do, okay, then they can trust you. And then you can take them to a place that they felt like they couldn't create or find on their own. You see? So even in terms of business, making money, you can be highly successful as a highly sensitive person. You just simply have to recognize a skill, embrace it, receive it, use it, protect it, nourish it. Okay. And that will nourish you and protect you and allow you to be your truest self. And when you're your truest self, unapologetically, then you can actually live the life that you want to live. You just have to be in a space where you're willing and you're ready to be confident in your purpose and then move forward in a way that allows you to recognize your self-worth, be authentically confident, and that's what it's all about. So you have to recognize that living from a place of thriving, rather than surviving is really important in terms of recognizing this gift that you have, recognizing how to make sure you cultivate an environment where it can flourish. I talk about the symbology of a seed and how a seed is extremely powerful and it is nothing but full potentiality. That's what it is. It can grow an entire tree, which will bear even more fruit, right? Infinite, it just can go on for infinity. But if it is not put in the proper environment, if it is not cultivated, if it's not nourished, if it's not put in the soil, if it's not watered, if it's not enough sunlight, okay, then it cannot grow to its fullest potential, which is infinite. The same thing applies to you. The same thing applies to this gift of being highly sensitive. So you have to recognize when you feel certain energies, when you fear certain vibrations, when your intuition is talking to you, that is your consciousness. That is the divinity within you speaking through you. You have to protect that. You have to nourish that. You have to cultivate that. And when you cultivate that, it will cultivate you as well. Okay. So understand that, again, though I am speaking in terms of these things being separate, you versus your gift of being a highly sensitive person, ultimately it is one and the same. Just like when we talk about the divine, when we talk about infinite intelligence, when we talk about God, we talk about them as if we are separate things, but in fact, it is one and the same. So as you tap into this gift of being a highly sensitive person, you are also mirroring the fact that you are a divine being and you are an expression of God itself. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, get access to this free ebook, and so much more. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.